Hi, if you're new to this channel, my name is David Michaels. We talk about spirituality, metaphysics, life purpose, connecting with God, personal growth, all that kind of stuff. And if you're a regular here, welcome back. Good to see you again. You already knew all that. I'm glad to spend this time hanging out with you virtually through the magic of YouTube. Today's topic came from one of my long time, this channel's only like a month old, but someone who's been there from the beginning, and she's been emailing me a variety of questions. They've been inspiration for a lot of these videos. And this particular question is asking about karma. Like, what exactly should we do? How do we do it to clean up our karma, to process it, to release it, to not be weighed down or affected by it anymore? And in particular, she was worried, like, what if there's something she did in a past life and she doesn't know what it is, but that karma's carried over into this life? Like what are you supposed to do in that situation? And that's a very valid, honest question. So before recording this video, I tuned in and asked my guides about that. And what they said actually surprised me a little bit. It goes a little bit against kind of the common idea, the common teaching a lot of us have heard. And they said that between lives, you go through an energetic cleansing. You don't carry karma from a past life. Like, if you did bad, you harmed others or something, you were just a bad person, whatever the case might be, you go through the life review process. You see that, you learn that, you see how you made other people feel. You get to experience that from their perspective. So the whole purpose of the life review is a teaching tool to create empathy and understanding and to increase enlightenment. So while you're between lives, you go through healing, you go through that learning process, you get an energetic cleanse already before you, if you choose to have another life. I'm convinced it's an option. I don't think we all have to reincarnate all the time. I know some of us wonder, like, why did I choose to come here? But believe me, I've asked that myself sometimes. But what my angel explained to me was that we actually don't have to worry about karma carrying over from a past life. However, there is some nuance here. There are entanglements and attachments that could be carrying over from one life to another. So that's like where you have a strong emotional link or bond to someone or something, an experience, a place, whatever, that your personal soul in your own growth journey hasn't fully processed or resolved or sorted out yet, hasn't finished with yet. And that might carry over from one lifetime to another, is what he was explaining to me. So, for example, recently I was chatting with a friend, another actor on set. You know, it's great because when they don't need you, when you're not filming, you're just off in a little spot holding, and you have all kinds of interesting conversations. And she shared with me that she had this relationship with her mother that we'll say was challenging and interesting. And that she really felt that it was repeated over multiple lifetimes. Like, they kept doing this to each other lifetime after lifetime, and that they've made progress in this one. They've taken steps towards healing and resolving, but she didn't feel they'd quite gotten there yet. And that would be like an example. Like, maybe there's a relationship dynamic you have with someone where it could be positive, like you guys just have great adventures and incredible love together, like a soulmate relationship. Or it could be, you know, like and when I say soulmate, I mean in the context of a best friend, a romantic partner, something like that, where it's a positive experience overall. Soulmates in itself is a complicated topic, maybe we'll explore in another video. But it could also be a more negative experience, like maybe there was abuse, manipulation, just poor treatment of each other. And maybe in a single lifetime, the soul didn't quite learn everything it wanted or needed to learn through that experience. or it was still hanging on to something about it, unresolved, of, this story, this drama, I haven't found a conclusion to it yet. I haven't resolved it yet. I need to play it out some more until I figure this thing out. But that's on the soul's level, the soul's initiative, the soul's choice. That's part of your own journey, your own growth of becoming who you are and understanding about love and the universe and how things work and who you want to become. So if that situation is happening, then there's a simple answer that it's simple to say, but a little bit harder in practice. Have you ever heard the saying that love covers a multitude of sins? I agree with that saying. And the reason I think that's true is love is a very high vibration, high frequency energy. I mean, arguably the highest frequency energy in the universe, right? Like the pure unconditional love energy that is God. I mean, that's what created all of this. So if you feel you may be in such a situation where there's some kind of attachment or entanglement or drama that you're stuck in, it could be with people. I mean, it could be a place. Like you're drawn to a particular place and you had an experience there and you want to have more experiences there. It could be like an experience itself. I want to be an actor and I didn't quite fully experience it in this lifetime, so I want to come back again and explore that further. It could be whatever. I'm not saying that's the case for me, because for those of you who know me, I do a little acting and it's fun, it's great, I love it, but I'm also satisfied. So I don't think I need to do more in another lifetime. I think I got it in this one. And that's my point. When you love someone, something, someplace, a particular time period, whatever the case may be, with that love comes appreciation, comes gratitude, comes acceptance, comes allowing, so you no longer feel the need to control anyone or anything. And that causes release. Like you can let go of something, but still embrace and enjoy it and appreciate it and fully experience it in the moment. You can be deeply in love with someone, but not have to control them, force them, make them show up a certain way. You can allow them to be who they are. Even if that means, whether they're with you or not. So that pure, unconditional, high vibration love is what is going to release you from any attachment, any entanglement. And again, I just want to emphasize, like, detachment doesn't mean like you don't care or you don't get to enjoy or experience. Detachment means I'm okay whether this is in my life or not. I'm enjoying it while it's here. I'm enjoying this person while they're a part of my life. But I'm still at peace, even if one day they no longer are. If they choose to leave or whatever the case may be. If you can have gratitude for the experience in the present moment, you're free. Because you enjoy it, you appreciate it, you're experiencing it, you are fully accepting and embracing and living whatever this thing is. But also acknowledging that it's a gift. It's an opportunity. It's something beautiful and special right now. And that it's not yours. We don't own anything. So what we're talking about here is unconditional love, a higher, purer, more spiritual kind of love. Not codependent love, not attachment love, not clingy love. And I think it's important to make that distinction. A lot of us, I mean, myself included, I think everybody at some point in their life has experienced that kind of needy, clingy love where you feel incomplete without that person or thing. And I mean, that's okay. It's a lower form of love, but it's still on the path that gets you to the better version of love. But if it is a clingy attachment kind of love, that's what might keep you stuck in something. That's what your soul might need to come back for another lifetime to fully finish playing out and resolving and exploring from every angle, whatever it needs to do. If you want to get free of that loop, then you just need to raise the kind of love that you are experiencing with it. You want to go more towards an unconditional love where you are accepting, you are allowing, you are appreciating, you can admire, but you also realize you don't own, you don't control. It doesn't belong to you. It's a gift you get to experience. It's a gift you get to enjoy, and you can be grateful for that. But if internally, and this is where the hard work comes in, if internally you can love yourself enough to be at peace, whether that person or place or thing is in your life or not, then you become free. Then it's no longer an attachment. Then it's a higher form of love. You can still have them in your life, still enjoy it, but you don't need it the same way anymore. You're not dependent on it for you to be at peace, for you to feel happy, for you to feel whole. So that's where the hard work is. And I'm not saying it's easy. It takes time. You can work with a therapist to work on self-love. There are self-help books that help with that. Meditation will help with that. Doing what you love will help with that, because you'll just feel better about yourself and your place in the world, your work in the world, and you realize, like, well, I'm controlling this, I'm generating this, like, I'm choosing what I do and where I do it and how I do it, how I want to show up and be a loving person in the world. And that builds esteem, that builds self-worth, that builds self-love, because you're choosing how you want to show up in the world and how you want to give your gifts, share your talents, your experience, your wisdom, your love, all the above. When you get to that place, those former attachments don't stay attached anymore, because you're at peace whether they're a part of your life or not. You've done the inner work, you've done the inner healing, you've done the inner self-love, to where you've learned self-love, you've built yourself up to where you don't need anything outside of you to make you feel whole or loved or safe or peaceful or whatever. Again, I want to emphasize, it's okay to have those external things. Enjoy them, appreciate them, like, fully embrace and live it. But the distinction is, if it's ever not a part of your life for any reason, you know in your core you'll still be okay. You can grieve, you can mourn, you can be really sad it's no longer part of your life, because it was a beautiful, rich, wonderful thing in your life. And you can mourn the loss of that and be sad that that's no longer in your life anymore. That's totally fine, that's healthy, that's okay. It's the thought of, I can't be happy unless ... That's what we want to work on. If you lost a loved one, they left you, they died, whatever the case may be, absolutely, like, mourn that, grieve that for as long as it takes. There's no timetable for grieving. Like, some people grieve faster, some it takes longer. It's unique to the person, and there's no right or wrong answer or time frame to do it in. Love yourself to grieve, to process those emotions, to deal with that loss that's no longer part of your life. But you also know, on some level in the back of your mind, it might be hard to see in the moment if you're really hurting, but you know that eventually you'll find a new normal. Eventually you'll feel whole again. Eventually you will find love again. Um, that lets you know that on some level there's enough inner peace, there's enough self-love where it's not clingy, it's not codependent, it's not attachment love. It's genuine unconditional love. You enjoyed it, you appreciated them, they were a wonderful part of your life. And maybe now that's gone, or could be gone, because we're all human beings, anything can happen, we have free will, things change. But you know that ultimately, ideally, you'll know that you are love. Your soul is made of love. In another video, I've mentioned this in some of my interviews. I don't think I've recorded the video for this just yet, but I'm planning to talk about my mystical oneness with God and the universe experience. And what I saw in that was that there's a piece of God in every one of us. And God, it's kind of hard to label and define, and this is kind of reductive and oversimplifying it, but also accurate. God is love. God is light, the most purest, highest vibration form of it. So if God is unconditional love, and there's a piece of God in you that makes up your soul, that is the seed, the foundation of your soul, that your soul grew from, you are made of, you come from unconditional, the highest vibration spiritual love. That's just how the logic works. So ideally, if you can recognize that, tune into that, tap into that, begin to see it and feel it for yourself, that makes it easy to be at peace, to release, to let go, to still enjoy, but not cling on to and try to control. And it's that clinginess that creates the attachment, the bond, the link of like, I'm not finished with this, I'm not resolved with this yet. I need to go have another lifetime to keep working through it. So that's a long answer, but I wanted to share what I knew and understood, with the hope that it can help you. So kind of just summarizing it, the key kind of takeaway point here is I wouldn't worry about karma from a past life. It sounds like that gets processed, cleansed, healed between lives. What could happen is there's some kind of entanglement or attachment carried over from previous lives that your soul still wants or needs to work through, work out, resolve, and get a handle on, finish processing for its own growth, for its own learning, its own knowledge, its own experience. Okay? It's not something good or bad that you did and now you're being rewarded or punished or anything. It's just, a lot of people who are mystics or near-death experiencers or just very intuitive and tapped into this kind of stuff, one thing they commonly say is that one of the big reasons souls incarnate into bodies, and one of the big reasons we're here, is to learn about love from every angle, to understand it, to experience it. What is love? What is it not? How do I approach it from different sides? So it's okay. The good news is we have eternity. We have infinity. Our souls are immortal, eternal. Time works very differently on the other side. It's not fixed or linear like it is here. We have literally forever. So it doesn't matter if it takes you 1 lifetime or 100 lifetimes to learn a particular thing about love, a particular lesson, to grow in a certain way. It's fine. It's a blip in eternity. You can grow and learn as fast or as slow as you want or need. It's okay. We'll all get there eventually. So be kind and compassionate and gentle with yourself. You are learning. You are growing. You're figuring this out. That's okay. There's no rush. Just be kind, gentle, patient with yourself. You're going to be okay. Your soul is immortal, is eternal, is invincible, indestructible. I got another video I got to record to share about how I learned about that. Um, and you see why I started this YouTube channel. I got so many stories I just gotta share. So if you want to release an attachment and entanglement, so that you want to speed up your learning growth process, so you don't have to do 100 lifetimes. Maybe you only get it in 1 or 2 or 3. The key seems to be unconditional love for yourself, for the situation, for the people involved. It's not easy. That's the hard work, but that's the key. That's the answer. How you approach that is really up to you. Try multiple ways, whatever works. Some people do it through a meditation practice. Some people do it through like role play exercises where they try to see things from the other person's perspective, or use catharsis to like at least get it out and say what needs to be said, but they didn't get the chance to in the past. Whatever, like just try different things. It's okay, like get a self-help book, or sign up with a therapist, or talk to a spiritual mentor that you trust and you feel safe with. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, we're here together to help each other on each other's journeys. So don't do it alone unless you want to. And that is the key. That's how you get conscious of what's going on. If we stay unconscious, if we're just like in a habit, in a loop, in a pattern, then that pattern is going to kind of continue until we raise our awareness and we do something differently. So what this video is talking about is raise your awareness. See it that it's just an attachment, it's an entanglement, it's a pattern, a habit that you're in. It's something that your soul is trying to understand, experience, explore, resolve, process. It's ultimately about learning about love. What is it? What is it not? How do I love? How do I forgive? How do I heal when I haven't been loved? That kind of thing. And focus on that. That's your key. That's the inner work. That is what will resolve not the karma, but the attachment, the entanglement that could carry over from one life to another. And that's it. That's the long and the short of it. That's the easy and the hard of it. And ask for help, not just from other people, but you have spirit guides, you have angels that are partnering with you through this lifetime, and other loved ones who are on the other side. Maybe you knew them in this life and now they've crossed over and they still love you and they want to help you from the other side. Or maybe they could be other souls from you just know from the other side, or from a past life or whatever, but they're in spirit form right now and they love you. They want to help you learn and grow. So talk to them. Ask them for help. Say, look, I'm really struggling with blank. Help me grow in this. Help me heal in this. Help me learn what I need to learn here. Help me become a more loving person in this case, in this situation, with this relationship, with whatever. Ask for that. And you can say it just in the silence of your own heart. You can say it out loud. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they can pick it up. They can hear you. They can feel that desire, that intention. And because they love you, they want to help, and they will, however they can, from the other side. And that's that. That's get help from other people in bodies, get help from people who aren't in bodies. We've all got some kind of wound, some kind of baggage, some kind of drama. We've all been hurt. Some of us have been hurt a lot in big ways. Some of us maybe we're lucky and it was only 1 or 2 smaller things. But we've all been hurt. We all have a wound. And if we're hanging on to that, if there's lack of forgiveness, if there's lack of empathy, if there's lack of of releasing. If we're holding on, like, I won't be at peace until they admit what they did was wrong, now you've got an attachment, and you might need multiple lifetimes to work through that. But if in this lifetime you can do the inner work of what happened sucked and it wasn't right, it's not okay, but I don't want to hang on to this. I don't want to stay attached to this. I don't want to be weighed down by this any longer. That's all you need. And then you begin the inner work of forgiveness, of healing, of letting go. And there's a multitude of ways to do that. Try anything you're drawn to that might work. Trust your intuition. It'll guide you to the right way, the right path to help you heal, release, forgive, process, whatever you need to do. There's many right ways to do it. It's just find what's effective for you personally in this particular situation. All right, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is David Michaels. I appreciate when you give a like and subscribe, or share the video with anyone you think this might be helpful to. And if you have questions, for any other video topics, leave it as a comment in the below this video or any other video. Or if you don't want to share it publicly for any reason, you can also email me directly at info@lovelightdavid.org. Thank you so much, and here is a video that YouTube recommends that the algorithm thinks you'll like next. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.